Alright guys, Hayzink here, welcome back to the channel for another Disgaea RPG video. Today we're going to be going in a little bit more depth on Mega Braveheart. Now, a lot of people ask me quite a lot, who's got it? When do they unlock it? How do you unlock it? Do you need to have a staff to be able to use it? I'm going to address all these things and more in this video. So, what we're going to do first of all is I have set up teams with all the Mega Braveheart casters. I'm not going to run the teams, it's just easier for me to run through this on a team format. So we jump in just now. I'm going to start off by talking about who I think is probably the best character for Mega Braveheart. This is not a list, however the first two characters are probably what I would argue are the best two characters for it. But again, that's really open to interpretation depending on what you guys think. So, first of all, we're going to talk about Usalia. Usalia does unlock Mega Braveheart at Weapon Mastery 22. The reason that I'd probably put Usalia at number 1 for Braveheart casting is because of her abilities. So not only is she going to be given all characters access to Braveheart, she's given all allies 15% attack, and she's given all allies damage done by skills plus 12%. So she's really ramping up those numbers. She's boosting them via abilities, and overall she's a really solid pick. I mean, if you're going to be then boosting monster based characters as well, she's doing a lot more for those characters, but simply on any team, mixture of human, monster, magical monster, whatever, she is going to give them both of those abilities, plus she's going to be given the massive boost from Mega Braveheart. Now, the next one that I personally like a lot as my Mega Braveheart caster is Lajaro. A lot of this comes down to the fact that Lajaro is my favourite character in Disgaea. Again, he unlocks Mega Braveheart at Weapon Mastery 22 for staffs. The reason I really like him is because he gives all allies 10% boost to their base stats anyway. So he's doing that and he's casting Mega Braveheart. Now, before we go any further in this list, if you're enjoying the content that I bring you on the channel, guys, please consider liking this video, subscribing to the channel and commenting down below, because all this stuff really helps. It really helps. We recently hit 4k subs. Let's try and push on to 5k. That's the way to do it. So, moving on these list of characters who unlock at Weapon Mastery 22, we've got Fuka. Now, again, Fuka does give 10% damage to all stats. After that, she's very axe specific. However, at Weapon Mastery 22 for staffs, she does unlock Mega Braveheart, which makes her a great utility character to put on any team. Next up, we've got the bad boy Tyrant Valvatores. Now, Tyrant Valvatores, if he's on a spear team, he's doing quite a lot for the team, but he is mainly predominantly a DPS character. Now, as time goes on with the Disgaea RPG, this guy might fall away from your plans with regards to your builds and DPS as you get access to more and more characters. So what you can do is you can build him to Weapon Mastery 22 and he does get Mega Braveheart, and it means he's always going to be able to fit on your teams because he can then work as an attack buffer and be there to buff whoever has taken his place as the new DPS unit on your squad. Next up, we've got Girl Laharo. Much like Lajaro, she's a very useful character. Lots of people like her. She's got really good abilities if you get her up to any 5. She does work very well as a Mega Braveheart caster. She's a fan favourite character, and at Weapon Mastery 22, she's obviously going to get access to Mega Braveheart as well. The last character that unlocks it at Weapon Mastery 22 is Bunny Serafina. This is the character I am currently working on unlocking it for. I am trying to unlock it for her and several more Usalias, but Bunny Serafina is a decent character. She gives all humanoid allies 11% to stats except speed, and then she's got some other buffs here if you're using boots and stuff like that. So she does provide your team with some utility being on there as a character, but the fact that Weapon Mastery 22 she's also giving you access to Mega Braveheart means that she's one that you should maybe consider building up towards that, okay? So this is where we take a bit of a change. These characters all do have Mega Braveheart, however, you don't unlock it until Weapon Mastery 30, okay? So basically, if you have any of the first 6 characters, try and work on them, because these guys are going to take you a long time to build to Mega Braveheart, okay? However, they do have them. So you've got this guy, Red Magnus. Again, Red Magnus is a character that I'm not crazy about, but if I built him up to have Mega Braveheart, he is potentially a character that I would have on the squad. But the fact it takes him to Weapon Mastery 30, that is a lot of grinding. That is a lot of grinding for a premium character, and I don't necessarily know if I would do it for a premium character. Same thing goes for Thursday. Thursday does have some decent skills. I've not got access to them all, but if we look at Thursday's skills, Thursday does have some like debuffing skills that he can use, like defense down. What is this? Defense down, resistance down. You know, he does have some good skills that can become useful to run alongside a team that's running Mega Braveheart buffers. So potentially he's someone that's worth building up. But again, Weapon Mastery 30 is such a slog, I don't necessarily know if it's worth it. These guys, however, are different, okay? Now, these guys do take to Weapon Mastery 30, much like the characters we mentioned before. However, these characters are freestyles, okay? You've got Lady Samurai, who gets access to it at Weapon Mastery 30. Again, she's quite good on a sword team. She does some decent stuff for sword characters. You've got Professor. I do have a Professor that's a bit more built up. I don't know why I put this one on the squad. I've got a 5-star Professor. But anyway, she does all this stuff here. And obviously at Weapon Mastery 30, she does have access to Mega Braveheart. The thing about her is she also has some other skills like Magic Boost as well, which we'll talk about in a separate video. Professor's a good one. The only problem is Professor takes a long time to get where you want her to go, okay? But if you've got a Professor, if you've got the time, then she's one I would consider working on to get up there for Mega Braveheart. You've also got everyone's favourite Dark Knight. Mine's is called Hayzink because Hayzink is the Dark Knight. That's just the way to be. Again, he has some really decent skills if you've got him on a sword team. So he'll boost your sword characters, he'll boost your sword character's SP, so if your DPS on your Braveheart squad is a sword character, then getting this guy boosted with Mega Braveheart is obviously something that's very good, and it could really do some good for you. The final two characters are Hogmeister. A lot of people probably simply have Hogmeister on their squads for money, but as you can see at Weapon Mastery 30, Hogmeister does learn Mega Braveheart. I don't know how many times I've said Mega Braveheart in this video, but it's probably a lot. But yeah, Hogmeister is a good shout if you are struggling for any of the other characters. And surprisingly, there is a 2-star character that can learn Mega Braveheart, who is Archeress. She's very good as support on an, like as in support via abilities on a bow team. Obviously, bow teams aren't necessarily the best builds right now, but, and to be honest, I don't think mono bow teams ever become the best builds. But if you look with regards to her spells, at Weapon Mastery 30, she does learn Mega Braveheart, which makes her one of the best 2-stars. Simply that alone, right there, that I would argue that does make her one of the best 2-stars in the game, on the human side anyway. So that's it. That's basically a rundown of the characters that you can get Mega Braveheart on. So again, the characters who unlock it fastest are Usalia, Laharo, Fuka, Tyrant Valvatores, Girl Lajaro, and Bunny Serafina. Then we take a bit of a jump to Weapon Mastery 30. It's Red Magnus, Thursday, Lady Samurai, Professor, Dark Knight, Hogmeister, and Archeress. So guys, if you're looking to get yourself buffed up, if you're looking to get strong, take on some of this harder content, get into the item world, get some of these guys, equip them with staffs, equip them with monster weapons, and you can go ahead and build up your weapon mastery and unlock Mega Braveheart. One thing some people ask me quite a lot is, do you have to leave a staff equipped to use Mega Braveheart? The answer is no. Once you've learned a spell, you no longer have to have magical weapon attached to your character. So your character can go back to using their standard weapon and you can have them out there. You don't have to worry about resistance, as Mega Braveheart is not scaled by resistance. It's a flat boost. So go out there, get your team working on this, get yourself some buffers on your squad, and the next time raids come along, you'll probably find that you've got an easier time of things. Anyway guys, I've been Hayzink. Again, if you enjoyed this video, consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel, comment down below, and all of that stuff. And as always dudes, I will catch you on the next one. Peace.